Hello, everybody. This is Mr. Williams from Marriage Awareness Always. I haven't been on my channel for a while due to this coronavirus epidemic that's hitting the United States with a hard and heavy blow. And I wanted to just lay back and let our fellow people need to concentrate more about what's going on concerning this coronavirus in their families than me coming on and talking about things concerning the marriage. But later on, I decided I better come back on because I realized that no matter how serious this coronavirus is, the things that's going on in our lives, is that we're still married and we still got to work together for the good of our marriage. We still got to do things, and some of the things that I've already talked about on my channel, such as challenges and problems, being married, trust, they're still needed. They're still needed in the marriage, even though with this coronavirus. And concerning this coronavirus, I would like to say that I hope everybody is being safe. Use precaution, doing the things that is right for their family, because this thing is very serious. And as you know as well as I know, a lot of lives have been lost, and a lot of people are getting sick because of this. So as a husband and wife team, we also have to work together for the good of our marriage. We have to try to do the best we can, not only for each other, but for our families. And so therefore, I decided to come on because no matter what, it seems like, regardless of whether I talk about this or not, the coronavirus is here. And we still got to live, we still got to work together for the good of our marriage. So I decided to come back on. Now, the last time I talked, I was talking about trust, concerning a husband and wife, how very important it is. But this time, I wanted to talk about communication. Now, there's 26 subject matters I will be talking eventually on my channel. Each one is a different subject. But this time, I want to talk about communication. I think it is very important in the home between a husband and wife to communicate. There are so many things that need to be said, need to be discussed. And not only that, sometimes just to sit down and talk and have a relationship and talking. Remember, before your relationship started and got on like it was, you had communication. You didn't just walk up and say, hey, I like you, and let's go. No, you had communication. You saw the person, you met the person, you were pleased, and liked what you saw, but now communication must become a part of your relationship. You started out with communication, and we got to continue. Even though when we're married, we must still continue with communication. About this communication, it's very important because it brings togetherness. It helps us to understand our partner, our ways, our likes, dislikes. And it is very important. Please, as a husband and wife, work together. Communicate. Don't get up when somebody wants to talk, you want to walk away, and you don't want to listen. Talk. There are some times when a husband or wife may come into the room, and the husband sitting down, the wife, and say, we need to talk. Do that. Please be aware of that. Do that. Don't continue to do things like, oh man, what she want now? Talk. Find out what she want. Don't get up in such a rush that you think that it's not important. It may not be important. The main thing important about it is you're listening. You're talking. You're listening. You're finding out. Like I said, a lot of things that you're going to say to each other may not be important, but it is important that you do listen. Find out what the subject about. I remember one time when I was watching television, and my wife came in the room and talked to me about something. And there I was. I'm watching television, looking at her. Watching television, looking at her. And she realized that I wasn't even paying her attention. I mostly was concerned about what's going on TV. So she said, never mind. I walked out of the room. Now I'm trying to, wait a minute. What do you want? And she said, no, never mind. You are more important than watching television. And I'll talk to you about it later. And I understand that she was right. I wasn't. I was not. I was only listening about probably 30% of what she was saying. So then I came to myself and I realized that that wasn't right. I did the wrong thing. Because, see, there may come a time that I want to talk to her and she might want to not listen to me. So ever since then, whenever my wife came into me about discussing, even to show me something on the phone, and I'm watching television, I'll put it on mute so I can give her my full attention. That way, she'll know that at least I am paying attention to her. If it's something we need to discuss, we'll sit down, talk about it. She give me her opinion, I give my opinion. Now, there is sometimes when my wife had walked in and she wanted to talk to me, tell me about something, and I was thinking that she wanted my opinion. And sometimes she says, no, I don't want your opinion on it. I just want you to listen. You don't have to give me an opinion. In other words, what she wanted to do is get it off her chest. She wanted to vent. She wanted to let it out. It don't have to necessarily be something in the home. It could be about the job, workplace, friends, or family. But it's something that was bothering her that she wanted to let me know. And so she just wanted to vent and let it out. And then she did. She vented, let me out, and she said, now, thank you, bye. And she left. So there are some times when your husband or the wife may come to you and they just want you to listen. Please be aware of this. Give them your full attention. Let them know that you're interested in what they're saying. We have to do this. We have to learn how to communicate. Communication is still very important, especially with these young couples that's getting married. Communicate. Learn as much as you can about your partner. Learn what to do. Learn what to say. Don't get yourself at a point where you don't want to listen to each other. When you start doing that, you're going to start running into problems. When you start walking, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it, you're going to start in problems. Because if you can say one time about you don't want to hear it, your partner can say the same thing to you. So we want to be in a situation where we want to respect each other. We want to sit down. Even if it's, like I said, it could be nothing serious at all. But you still have that communication. You got the wife. You done married her. Everything fine. So still continue to communicate. We still got to do these things. And that I remember a song used to say, same things you did to get her, the same thing you got to do to keep her. And so we have to do these things. Let your wife, let your husband be first. Show them care, show them your concern. And whenever they want to communicate, sit down and communicate. It is very important. You may not think it is, but it is very important in a marriage relationship. Now, another part I want to talk about concerning communication is the outside world. Be aware of this. Husbands and wives, be aware of going out to the outside world and talking to them about what's going on in your home, especially when you have a problem. Now, when you're going to talk to somebody about a problem that's going on in your home, I want you to ask yourself this. Is there a need for that person to know? 2, can they help? Now, if you just want to go out there, just want to get on social media, just to run your mouth to them, be very careful with what you say. Be very careful about what you tell what's going on in your home to other people. Because of everything you say, once it's out there, it's out there. It's out there. And don't rely on them. Well, they ain't going to tell nobody else. You don't know that. Once you told them, it's a possibility that you done told the world. You understand what I'm saying? Especially if he or she is married. And if they tight, they're probably going to tell their husband or their wife about what's going on. So we have to be very careful about communicating about what's going on in our home, especially if there's a problem to the outside world. Sometimes we need to. Sometimes we need to give advice. And that's wonderful if you can. But like I said, remember, if you do that, how can that person help or that couple help about what's problems in your house? And if there's a need for them to know. If there's not, don't go do that. Another thing you got to consider this. How does your husband feel or your wife feel when you go outside your home and you're going to talk to people about what's going on in your home? It may not be pleasing. See, they don't live there at your house. You got to go back. And when your husband or wife find out you don't went outside the home and you telling people about what's going on in your home, that can bring problems in your home. And you have to be careful of them things. Most of the time, I would say, if there's a problem, why not, as a couple, go and get advice? That way, you're both agreeing and you're not in no argument. But to go behind your husband back or your wife back and tell somebody about what's going on, and then your husband and wife going to jump on you, that was none of their business. But I thought, no, you should consider your husband's thoughts, your wife's feelings about doing such things like this. Be very careful about running out to the world, getting on social media. Girl, I got to tell you this. Hey, man, I got to tell you this, what happened. Be very careful of doing that. It can bring hurt to your marriage. And sometimes we say things when we're angry and upset. And we, excuse me. And we tell other people. Then, when everything is fine and dandy in the home, dumb people know. You see, they know about what you said. Yeah, but I remember when you said all this. And I'm like, I've heard some things, some guys when they're upset about their wives. And the very same thing. I'm having a guy tell me one time about things that was going on under the cover between him and his wife because he was mad and upset. Now, they're back together. But see, all us, we heard what he said. So be very careful about communicating to the outside world, getting on that social media, because you know, once you're out there and you tap it, tip it, or whatever you do on that phone, on that computer, it's out there. And all you're doing is letting the inside world, outside world into your home to know about your problems. Please, please be aware. This is what my channel is about, awareness. That's all. I am not commanding, I'm not demanding anybody. All I'm doing is just presenting you things you need to become aware of. Your choice, your marriage. You do what you think is best. And I believe that we should. If you want your marriage to work, put all you can in it. But that takes both partners. As I said in one of my pages, your marriage is not just about you. It's not about you and with the things that you do and what you want. Forget thinking I and me. It is now us and we. And you have to carry yourself that way. Both partners must do that. As I said before, you've got to learn to work together for the good of your marriage. If you don't, you will have problems. Either way, you're going to have problems. But it's so much better when you come together and work together for the good of your marriage. If you don't, problems lay ahead. So right now, Mr. Williams from Marriage Awareness always said, please, as a couple, young couples, new to couples, even older couples, work together for the good of your marriage. Until next time, y'all take care concerning this coronavirus. Be safe and work together for the good of your marriage. Take care. Enjoy.